Hello there, folks, and welcome to our first MotoGP watch-along of the new season in 2022. Last year, Fabio Quartararo won the World Championship for the first time for Yamaha, but now we're into a new season. New motorbikes, new drivers, new tracks, you name it, it's a new season. Everything from last season's forgotten, and let's not forget, it's our first season in over 20 years without the great one, Valentino Rossi. So straight away I'm already feeling a bit weird that we don't have Rossi on the starting grid here for today's first race of the season, and that is the Qatar Grand Prix. Now, for any of you MotoGP diehard fans, this track was used way before F1 went to Qatar for the first time last season. So, of course, we know how exciting this circuit can be. So we're just getting ready for the race to begin. It is under the lights. It is at night time in Qatar. They're actually showing off some of the stadiums in Lusail, Lusail, where most of a couple of the stadiums will be hosting the FIFA World Cup. So a very exciting year for Qatar. Not only have they got MotoGP and Formula One come November, they will have probably the greatest, you could say, the greatest sporting event of them all, the FIFA World Cup. And I think that begins on 21st of November, something like that. Anyway, they're just quickly looking at the live heart rate of Fabio Quartararo, 90 beats per minute. Very, very calm, actually. If I know my beats per minute, that's very calm before going into the first race. Yeah, beats per minute. I don't know if I ever really get into that, but anyway, get in touch, folks, on our live chat page. Do get in touch, and of course, vote for who you think's going to win, or if the rider's name is not on that list, put it in the live chat page below. Let's read some of them. We got 4X saying let's go. We got Burgoyne saying Jamie Davies here to butcher all pronunciations of names. Yeah, I'm not the best at that. I can put my hands up straight away. Diesel saying thank God MotoGP is back. Absolutely. To be honest with you, I kept thinking it was mid-March that this was going to be on. And then I realised at the start of this week that it started this weekend, so it's a good thing I checked, otherwise I would have missed the opening race for you lot. Andy F saying brilliant, and Motor Style Store saying opening 2022. Right. So, riders, all the mechanics, you name it, have run back to the pit areas, back to their garages, and of course there'll be the usual warm-up lap for the riders. Marc Marquez on the front row in third. What can he do today? He's won a few races here in Qatar. Of course, his last World Championship, I think, was in 2019. So it's been a while. Safety car behind them. Yep, so the warm-up laps has just started. Of course, if you're new to this watch-along, we've got the live leaderboard on your screen. A bit of a picture below me of what the circuit looks like in terms of the layout. And of course, we have the lap counter on the top left page. I think this is 20 laps, I'm not sure. But yeah, Fabio Quartararo won this race last season. Vinales the year before. Actually, no, it was actually the same year, one was saying. But they had two races in Qatar last year, if I can remember, because of COVID. We got Gilbert Tungo saying, go, 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 Quartararo. We got Ricardo Gordon saying, I'm so sorry for Fabio today. Yamaha give him a bike that will maybe injure him because him will have to try so hard. Well, it's just not. I mean, it's all about the Ducatis. I mean, let's be honest. At the end of last season, in terms of form, Ducati were the better team, and I wouldn't be surprised if Bagnaia was the favourite to win the World Championship this year. He ended last season to kind of just remind Quartararo and Yamaha that yes, you win this season, but next season we're going to come in hard. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how Bagnaia does it, because when he leads races, he's very, very calm, and he controls races very well. Fabio Quartararo is more aggressive, I would say, but he had one or two fantastic race wins from what I can remember last season. Well, they're using the hashtag Visit Qatar, which I'm sure they've been spending a lot of money to get people to try out Qatar over the next few months, with it, as I was saying before, being a big year for them. Marc Marquez took last Honda win at this circuit in 2014. Wow. I remember that race. I thought it was a lot later on. Wow. Yeah, I'm intrigued to see how Repsol Honda do this year as well, because they were kind of out of it last season. Come the second half of the season anyway. So we're just getting ready. One of the visors coming off there for one of the riders as they approach the starting grid. Paolo is watching on the Pramac Racing Team principal. So the warm-up lap done. So all those weeks and months away from the tracks, all that preparation comes down to this. The first race will certainly show its true colours of who could maybe just win the World Championship this year for either the team or for themselves. So here we go. They're all in place, getting ready for the lights. They're on. All 5 lights are on, and here we go. Off they go. Down the side they go. And one of them nearly one of the bikes nearly went straight away, but it is Marc Marquez that takes the lead on the first corner. Fantastic start for the Spaniard. So 22 laps it'll be. And we've had some close Qatar races in the past, but first few corners so far looking good for Marc Marquez. So both Repsol Hondas in the 1-2 at the moment. And I think Binder might be up there in third. Yes, he is. So it's actually Espargaro who's ahead, Marc Marquez's teammate. Quintaro up to 7th. And we got the other Espargaro. He's in 6th at the moment. Quintaro now down to 8th. He was just 7th a minute ago. Miller 9th. But what a start for the Repsol Hondas. As I said, I'd be intrigued to see how they do this year. Maslow Photography saying 112 long days. I'd imagine you mean from the last race, which I think was, Valencia in November last year. Oh, Muir's in 5th. But all the riders together in the pack at the moment. No one's getting away from anyone. Oh, lovely overtake. You risked that one. But yeah, Espargaro leading, first lap done. Simple that, really. I think once they got through at the race start, the first corner was very well done by Espargaro and Marc Marquez. And Marc Marquez has overtaken. And then Espargaro's got it back. So Espargaro was actually, I think he started in 5th or 6th. So he's gone up 5 places to get to the front line. Fantastic opening lap for him. Marc Marquez started in 3rd and he's only gone up 1. And then Binder up in 3rd. And Binder loves a good start. He's a fantastic rider. Diesel saying, never underestimate Marc Marquez. Hope you're well, Diesel. I remember speaking to you at last season's watch-alongs. So, Pal Espargaro leading. Marc Marquez 2nd. Binder 3rd. Muir 4th. Bastianini 5th. Espargaro 6th. The world champion, though, in 8th at the moment. I do like a bit of Binder though. He loves a race start. He is great to watch. If you want, folks, let us know in the live chat page who you think is going to win the Riders' Championship this season. But yeah, no sign of the Ducatis near those Repsol Hondas at the moment. Got a question of, what about Despodovi? Where is he? I don't see him. Not on my leaderboard. Carrie Little asking, where can I watch this? I mean, I'm watching it on BT Sport. Now on lap 3. If you haven't yet, folks, do subscribe to the channel. I'd really appreciate it. We're very close to getting to 6,000 subscribers, and it's your support that keeps us going with all these streams. And a fastest lap, I think, who's that for? Is that for Bastianini? If so, he's done really well, because he was 8th not long ago. He's now 5th. Yeah, currently 5th. Diesel asking, where's Paul in the field? I take it you don't mean Paul Espargaro, who's in the lead. They're just showing a camera footage now of Fabio Quartararo's back of the bike cam on board with him, and it's Alex Rins coming in for him in the Suzuki. But yeah, Quartararo, as one of you was saying, you know, he might have to hurt himself just to get his bike anywhere near the front today. I'd probably say top 5 would be a good race for him. Circuit not treating them very well. But he's under pressure here on the straight from Alex Rins. Alex Rins coming in tightly on the inside, coming into turn 1. Camera just went off them, so I didn't quite see if he overtook him at the end. Yep, he has. He's up to 8th. And he also got fastest lap. On lap 4, a 1:54.6. Endtag saying that Bagnier will be the winner. Foxady saying, show the race, bro. This is YouTube. You don't just you don't show stuff you haven't got rights for, mate. Livio Soppo's watching on in the garage, as they all do. They always look nervous. So Espargaro's gap on Marc Marquez is 0.3 of a second, which isn't much at all. The thing is with Marc Marquez, he will hunt you down throughout the whole race, and he normally would like to leave it till the final lap when he tries to overtake. But the problem is with MotoGP, you know, the moment you try and make the overtake, you've then got to try and stay ahead at the end of a turn, which isn't simple at all. Adar saying, Pecco win. Bob Job saying, rest in peace, Shane Warne. I had his autograph once. He signed for all the fans. Rest in peace, Shane. Yeah, I did a football watch along yesterday, and we were talking about Shane Warne on the live chat page. Absolutely gutted. One of the greatest cricketers of all time. And I never met him, but he seemed like a real, genuine bloke. And I think that's why I was even more sad, because not every sports star you meet or hear about they're not always the greatest of people in terms of how they deal with their fans in the public eye. But Shane Warne, he just seems awesome. He looks like a guy that would be up for a pint anytime. But sadly, 52, it's no age. What a cricketer. He was just one of those that you just had to cherish as a player, because you won't see a spinner like him again. I mean, let's not forget ball of the century. I mean, what a delivery that was. Had to be against England, though. Back with this race. 18 laps to go. Espargaro and Marquez in the front two, with Binder in third. Nothing's changed really since the opening lap in terms of the front three. Ferdinand James Van saying Binder with a South Africa flag. Looking at the leaderboard. Vanilas all the way in 21st at the moment. Dovizioso in 19th. Dovizioso was always a promising rider, I thought, but last couple of seasons it's not been easy for him. But where is Bagnaia? So Bagnaia is 10th behind the world champion of Quartararo. Not a good day for him so far. I think from the top of my head he finished second last season. Either way, he finished off last season very well, in good form. I think Ducati would have loved a few more races at the end of last season. So, 6 laps in. Van Muir 4th, trying to defend from Bastianini. Patrick O'Reilly's got in touch. Hello, Patrick's asking how's Miller looking on business in Singapore. No coverage. So Jack Miller's in 14th. He was 9th, but he's now dropped down to 14th. I can't remember his starting grid. Oh no, his starting grid was 4th apparently. Terrible start. I'm not sure about Miller, to be honest. I'm not saying he's not a good rider, but I wouldn't rely on him to win me a championship, that's for sure. They're just showing... Oh, Marquez went wide. And because of that, Binder's taken over to go second. But Singapore, Patrick, very nice. Hope you're enjoying it over there. I went to Singapore for the F1 race. The last time F1 was in Singapore in 2019. You just wonder if we're going to have it this season. I don't think they've cancelled it. I might be wrong. I hope they haven't. Such a big event on the calendar. I mean, the track's not that great though. I think it's a bit shit. In terms of overtake, there isn't really any. If you can help us today, folks, before the end of this race, do click that subscribe button. It's free to do so. And follow us on YouTube. We are just under 60 followers away from reaching 6,000 on Let's Talk Sport. So do get to 6,000. Really appreciate it. Espargaro, 0.3 of a second ahead now of Espargaro and Binder. So Bastianini now trying to go for third against Marquez, the number 23. And Bastianini has overtaken him. Can Marquez get him on the exit? No, he can't. But he'll try. He's right behind him. He ain't going to give up, Marc Marquez. That is for sure. Sorry, Ryan. Ryan Hatter's saying it's Binder, not Binder. Sorry about that. I think I'm used to saying Binder because it's like a tool to push holes in your piece of paper. I don't like to be on the end of it. Yeah, the gap's getting a little bit bigger for first and second because of what's been going on behind Espargaro. He's been able to drift a little apart from them, but still only 0.4 of a second the gap between first and second of Binder and Espargaro. Diesel saying, that's amazing ride by Paul. Yeah, he's been top notch straight away. Started in 6th, took over, went ahead in the first lap. Jeeps M saying just subscribed. Oh, thanks Jeeps, really appreciate that. But not just MotoGP here on Let's Talk Sport. We do other sports, football, women's football, rugby. We're doing the Six Nations at the moment. We try and do a bit of T20 cricket when we can. Formula 1, you name it. Lots of sports. Futsal, loads. All sectors a yellow flag. What's happened here then? Have we had our first DNF of the season? Well, one of the riders is going drastically down the leaderboard. So I reckon we have got a bike off the track. I missed the name though. Ah, no, it's Bezeki. He's joined this season as well. Bezeki. That's it. Well, it's in the gravel trap, and he's off the bike at the moment. He's getting support from the volunteers, but... Oh, he went right off. Just lost control. Typical incident. But now he's nearly 6/10 of a second ahead. Espargaro ahead of Binder. Jeeps M saying he's from USA. Ah, yes. I would imagine the Circuit of America's Grand Prix is coming up because they normally have that at the start of near the start of the season in MotoGP. I know the next race is the Indonesia one, which will be an early start for me, 7 a.m. my time when it's on. Nikki saying hello from South Africa. Hello, Nikki. I take it you're supporting Binder. He's currently second. 4/10 of a second behind Espargaro. But Binder started in 7th. So he's gone up 6 places. Just like Espargaro did on the opening lap. Oh, Jack Miller's retired. He's they haven't shown his bike. Not sure what's happened. He must have crashed it or gone off the track, but it's just come up on the feed that he's retired. Ferdinand James Van saying, go South Africa. I mean, for any of you lot watching, you MotoGP fans, if you want some more MotoGP content, let me know if you're up for any race previews or reactions to the races or any other content on the channel. We've only ever done MotoGP race watch-alongs, but we are open to trying out different content since a lot of you like to come on this page to check out our watch-alongs for MotoGP, and we really appreciate it. We're now just under 30 subscribers away from reaching 6,000. Come on, help us get there before the end of the race. 14 laps to go. Paul Espargaro's riding has been superb. But Brad Binder will be watching on, hoping that he can cause an upset today. I don't think many people would have gone for Binder to win the opening race. Maybe not even for Paul Espargaro, to be honest. I must admit, I thought it might be between Quintaro and... Bagnaia, or maybe an outsider of Marc Marquez. Marc Marquez's brother Alex Marquez is currently 12th in the LCR Honda. His teammate is right behind him in 13th of Nakagami. Not a bad race so far for Marquez, actually. As in Alex Marquez, he's gone up 6 places. Come near the end of the race, though, we will ask you for your rider of the day. They're coming down the straight again to go into the 10th lap. Thirteen laps to go then. Sector 1's got a yellow flag. Who's that involving? Ah. Espargaro, who's in 5th, is... Oh, we were just talking about Alex Marquez. He's crashed at turn 1. Oh, dear. So that's at least... Well, we've had 3 DNFs now in the space of 2 laps. Let us know from the live chat page where you're watching this stream from today. We'd be happy to give you all a shout out. It's always interesting to hear where you're all watching from. We do get many of you come from all sorts of different areas of the world. So the gap now at 0.5 of a second. Espargaro and Binder. At the moment, Marc Marquez still struggling to try and get back into the top 3. Bastianini's doing really well. That'd be a great podium for the Italian, if he can hold on. But this, I'll tell you what, there may be a bit of a gap now between first and second, but this circuit never fails to impress. It always comes down to the final lap. Binder going in a bit early there on the first turn. We're now on lap 11. And there's another one. I think it's Binder's teammate. It is. It's Oliveira. And he's crashed at turn 1. There's been a couple that have gone at turn 1. They're dropping like flies. So, battle for third, Marquez and Bastianini. Big one, this. Ferdinand asking, what possession is Darren Binder, please? Second. Second. Nothing's changed for him, don't worry. Some of you watching from USA, South Africa. And we've reached 6,000 subscribers. Thank you very much for all of you for showing your support today. And if you haven't yet, do click the subscribe button. And then one of the riders has just gone off again. Who is it this time? It's Sector 1 with the yellow flag. Oh, it's Bagnier. Oh, and Martin as well. Both of them were in the incident at turn 1, but it's nice to see Bagnier pick up Martin and just make sure he's okay. He didn't think, it's nice to see he was more thinking about his opponent more than the race itself. But, Bagnier, what you doing? He knows he's got a chance of the championship this season, and he'll, every race counts, every point counts. Borgie Martin was just approaching turn 1 like normal, and then a skid from Bagnier. It's not Martin's fault at all. If anything, it's Bagnier's. And as you can see from Bagnier's engineers and all that in the garage, they can't quite believe it. Can't quite capture their faces because they're wearing face masks still. That's still a restriction in some places. Fabang asking, how is Mark doing? So Marc Marquez been in 4th for quite a few laps now. He did start off well, but he had Bastianini take over him. Mainly because, Marc Marquez was 2nd. He went too late on one of the turns, and then Binder overtook him, and then Marquez got overtaken by Bastianini later on. So now currently in 4th. So at the moment he'll miss out on the podium. There's still a yellow flag on Sector 1. I wonder if that is still to do with Borgie Martin and Francesco Bagnier. Yeah, you can see the circuit staff move the bikes away on the gravel trap still. Ten laps to go. 9/10 of a second Espargaro. At this moment in time, nothing is going to stop him. I think the only thing that'll stop him is himself. Now he's exactly a second ahead, which is too big of a gap in MotoGP terms. The one thing I should have checked before the start of this race was how warm it is in Qatar right now. Let's have a look. I'll use my iPhone weather app. I don't know how reliable it is, but that's all I've got. That's annoying. I can't seem to... Now, how weird's that? I can't find Qatar on here at all. Let's find out. It's around 23... Oh, no. Yeah, 23 degrees right now. Humidity is 51%. The wind's at 6 miles per hour. Just in case you wondered. 9 laps to go. So we've had... I think we've had 6 riders not finish this race at least. Oh, sorry, Ferdinand. Oh, he's 16th at the moment for Yamaha. The other Yamaha, that is. RNF, if you want to be precise. Diesel asking, so who would have predicted this race order? Yeah, well, I certainly wouldn't have. I should have put my top 3 predictions on the... I normally do predictions and write them on the screen here before the event starts. But Espargaro at the moment, he's just getting the gap bigger and bigger. Now 1.3 tenths of a second ahead of Bastianini. 9 laps to go. Even if they try and close the gap on him, I don't know if there's going to be enough laps here. I think Paulo Espargaro has done exactly what he's needed to do. Binder getting some team communication in, it seems. I can't hear it, if that's what it's meant to be. But, oh, there's Bagnaia being dropped off at the garage. At Ducati, he'll be disappointed. I mean, it is. I mean, if you get a DNF, it's pretty much a waste of a weekend, isn't it? For the rider and the team. No points to get from it at all. But the main thing is that both riders of Jorge Martin and Bagnaia are okay. That's all that matters. After all. Gilbert is saying Quintaro is disappointing. Yeah, he's not having a good time. He's currently 8th. And there's apologies about the live chat page, folks. There's a channel that just keeps putting the same message. Let me just try and block it. My live chat page is really... I tell you what, this is one of the busiest streams we've ever had. Vandering official saying, hi bro, hello Vandering. Some old Cato saying both factory Ducatis out on opening season. Yeah, not a terrible weekend. But at the moment, Espargaro is on his way to win his first ever race, I believe. So, Bastianini's second. Oh, the gap's actually gone down to 0.8 tenths of a second. So it was nearly a second and a half, but somehow Bastianini's been able to close the gap just a little bit. Could make the last. Maybe Espargaro's getting a little bit nervous. I haven't seen anything to show that he went off track or went late on a corner. Cameras haven't been focusing on him that much, to be honest. Here they come down the straight. Marc Marquez in trouble here, and he's up against the other Espargaro from Aprilia Racing. He's currently having to deal with him watching over his shoulder. So Marc Marquez, even though he's trying to get back on the podium spot at the moment, he might end up back into fifth. Bit of a second gap between Espargaro and Muir in fifth and sixth. So looking at the riders that have been given a DNF after crashing out already in this race: Martin, Bagnaia, Oliveira, Alex Marquez, Jack Miller, and Bezzecchi as well. So quite a lot of riders gone in this race so far. Oh, Marc Marquez losing control a little bit, and he's lost his place. He's now down to fifth. Now he's got it back. Still in fourth. Oh no, sorry, no, he is fifth. He is fifth. Leaderboard was tricking me there. Marc Marquez, he'll be a bit mixed about this race because he started off well, but he's lost a few places. Bastianini's just got fastest lap at 1:54.3. Now that might just make Espargaro at the front feel a little bit nervous. The gap currently 4 tenths of a second. I'll tell you what, this could really be a last lap drama. As I said, Qatar's known for it in MotoGP. So 18 laps. We've only got 5 to go. Carrie Little saying Mark is on a soft tyre. Gilbert saying Bastianini is winning this. Well, oh, and he's just overtaken him. Espargaro goes way off the track. And I think Binder has now gone up to second as well. So Espargaro, what a race he was having. And then loses it completely. Not just by one place, but by two. And I think Gilbert might just be right, saying that Bastianini is winning this. 4 laps to go. It's perfect timing. I'm just watching the replay here. So Bastianini goes on the inside of Espargaro down the straight. Cool as you like. And then I think Espargaro was going to give it a go trying to overtake, but then he just completely went wide and off the track. And that gave an opportunity for Binder to take over, and he did. And as you can see, the lads at the Repsol Honda garage putting their hands to their head. Absolutely gutted for them. Still 4 laps to go, but we've seen it's taken time to try and get at the top of the spot of this race. I mean, this has been a great race. It's been a great start to the season. Still 4 laps to go, though. But the gap between first and second now is a second and a half. So Bastianini, he took on the occasion very well. But what a race win this would be for him. I don't think many people were expecting their bike at the front. Still, though, anything can happen between now and the finish line. Lino saying, what a season start Bastianini is having. Absolutely. Andy F asking, will Powell crash? Well, he's still going. I think he'll get podium if he just hangs on now, because he's pretty much a second ahead of fourth, which is the other Espargaro. 3 laps to go. Safety measures saying trash. I don't know, the safety measures in MotoGP aren't that tight. I'd say it's pretty fun to still see riders go off a bike and having to rub the roads compared to F1 drivers. I think what I love about MotoGP is that, you know, riders do get injured. F1 drivers, okay, if they crash, they could potentially get injured, but there's more at risk for a human body in a MotoGP race compared to an F1 race. So Bastianini now on lap 21. .2 seconds ahead of Binder. But let me do a new poll. 41% of you went for a Bagnaia win. And how that's changed. Going to do a new poll, folks, and we'll be asking you for the rider of the day straight after this race. So, yeah, 1.2 seconds still ahead. Marc Marquez all the way in 5th. Quintaro hasn't really had much an eventful race. He's still in 8th. Was pretty much there the moment the race started. Well, there's tears in some of the eyes of the of Bastianini's teammates in the garage. They better not, don't get carried away just yet. I know it's a very big moment, but he's still got this last lap to do. Anything can happen. All it takes is a slip off the bike, and then his race could be well and truly over. So here we go, last lap. They're just showing a team view again of Bastianini's team in the garage. Brad Binder's team was watching on as well, and so is Pal Espargaro's. But Espargaro will be absolutely gutted because he had control of this race. He really did. Francesco saying it's coming to Rome. No, I still can't get over Bonucci saying that to me as an England fan on the TV. Oh, it still saddens me to this day we lost to Italy, but someone had to lose on that penalty shootout at the Euros last year. But yeah, yet again, the Italians getting some glory here in a certain sport. Can they hold on? You could forget about Valentino Rossi. Is Bastianini the next man? Who knows? But at the moment, he's looking very calm and collective. He's still got Binder nearby, but he should you'd expect him. He's still further enough away from all of them, so he should be okay. He's in the final sector. Well, they're waiting for him on the straight. Will he get there in first? Yes, he does. And Bastianini wins the Qatar Grand Prix. His first win of the season. The opening race. Wow, what a race that was. Completely unpredictable. Brad Binder comes in second, and Espargaro started the race at the front. Has had to give away for third after a mistake he made. That gave Bastianini the win, but what a moment for Bastianini. And it's good to see already some of the Ducati lot coming over into the garage to just congratulate them on the win. But what a race that was. 16 Fs as well. Marc Marquez 5th after being in the top 2. Quintaro, our world champion, finishes 9th at the end. And Zarco went ahead of him in 8th. So that's 25 points for Enea Bastianini. Great start for him. Brad Binder will get the 20 points. And Pal Espargaro will have the 16. Get in touch, folks, on the live chat page. What did you think of that race? Nikki says, awesome. Well done, Bastianini. Awesome first race. Small Cato has put in applauds. And Binder second with 20 points. They're just showing him round the circuit. Let's look at the quick live poll that we've put up for Ride of the Day. Yep, as expected, Bastianini at 73% votes so far. Binder at 11%. Espargaro at 19%. Carrie Little saying, good commentary. Oh, thanks, Carrie. Appreciate that. But before you lot do leave the stream, folks, we'll be doing as many MotoGP watch-alongs as we can. And maybe do a bit of video content in between the races as well. For any of you race fanatics, we also do Formula 1. So we look forward to doing the opening race of the season in a couple of weeks' time, which is the Bahrain Grand Prix. So yeah, Bastianini's first ever MotoGP race win. And he'll remember this day for a very, very long time. The cameras are now in Quantaro's garage. He's still got his helmet on, sitting down and clearly not happy. He's only got 7 points in his first race of the season. The world champion knows he has to do a lot better than that if he is going to defend his crown. But I think Zarco beat him to the finish line. He did! Ooh, ooh. Zarco literally by a tic-tac beat Quintaro on the finish line. So he was about to settle for 8th, Fabio. But at the end, Zarco beat him to it. And I've noticed Fabio's dyed his hair very blonde as well. I didn't notice that. He's just taken his helmet off. But Bastianini's back in the garages now. He's just ready to park his bike, getting applauds from all the teams around him, which is always nice to see. And it just reminds you how much of a community it is, MotoGP. You know, all the teams, all the staff, all the riders, they travel the world together to do this MotoGP calendar. And of course, it's always a hectic season. They go around the world. And of course, the last couple of years have not been easy because of COVID. But they've been able to get through it with or without the fans. But it's not the same without the fans, as we know. Marc Marquez having a debrief, it seems, in the garage. And yeah, Bastianini goes straight to his teammates as he goes off the bike. He's gone absolutely berserk. And I think his partner or girlfriend or wife, I'm not sure, gives him a big hug. And yet there's tears in his eyes. As I said, if you're not emotional from your first race win, then you got to wonder what's wrong with you. I think what we'll do is, folks, is end our Rider of the Day poll. But yeah, when is the next MotoGP? I believe it's in 2 weeks' time. And that is for the Indonesian Grand Prix. So yeah, Sunday the March 20th. For me, it'll be a 7 a.m. race start. So an early start for me for the watch along. And then after that, it's the Argentinian Grand Prix, which is the 3rd of April. So a race every 2 weeks at the moment. Grand Prix of the Americas. I know there's some of you Americans watching this stream today. That is a week after the Argentinian Grand Prix, 10th of April, 8 o'clock. So yeah, at least after the Indonesian Grand Prix, it'll be a lot later instead of first thing in the morning for me. So I can't complain. I'll just count how many races there are this season. So we've just had one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14... 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So the magic 20, a all-round number. I quite like that. So 20 races this season, 1 down, 19 to go for Bastianini. Can he be the man that helps them get to a World Championship? Early days, so many races to go. It is a very long season ahead. But anyway, I think I'm going to wrap it up there, folks. Thank you very much for watching our first MotoGP watch-along of the season. I've been Jamie Davies, and I thank you all at home for supporting the channel, because I've noticed a lot of you have subscribed to the channel throughout this stream in the last hour or so. So thank you very much indeed. I can't thank you enough. But yes, we've reached 6,000 subscribers today, so thank you for helping us get to it. If you haven't yet, do subscribe, and of course you can come back here for our future MotoGP watch-alongs. 2 weeks' time is the Indonesian Grand Prix, the 20th of April on a Sunday. So 20th of March. I'm going a bit ahead of myself there. So 20th of March, do join myself for that. Can't wait. But in the meantime, give us a like, click the subscribe button, and it's congratulations for Bastianini. A bad day at the office for the world champion, but Bastianini and other riders just giving Fabio something to think about ahead of his first season trying to defend the world title. I will leave the leaderboard on there for a bit as I go off air, just for any of you that have jumped on now and you just want to see who finished where. So it's all there next to me on the screen. Thanks again, and see you later.
It's the first race of this bike, and things were happening at the end of the race I didn't really expect it, and yeah, it catch me by surprise. But you know, it was not even in the plan to go ahead and push in the front. Actually, the strategy was completely opposite, stay behind. We had some fuel, as everyone, some fuel problems, so I needed to stay in the lead screen for some laps, but I faced in the first positions at the beginning of the race. I felt good. I started to push. The lap time was coming easy, so I decided to push, but yeah, maybe too much. Then I ran out of fuel, I ran out of tires. You know, over-excitation in the first race. I felt in the top, but it was a good feeling. You know, we are back, and this was a signal that Honda have two strong riders in front, not just one, and this is first time in many, many years that Honda can say that, so I feel very proud.
Congratulations,
Thank you.
Paul.
Thank you.
Somebody park for me, Brad Binder.
Well, Brad, after everything KTM have been through with you in the last 12 months, that ride was truly awesome. Tell us how you did that.
Today was a great day. All weekend has been